Vargas from almost 45 yards out. Vargas puts it into the box, headed out. Bromagin took a kick at it. Instead, now it's Colasano that got to it. Actually headed right to Cozy. She couldn't knock it down. And again, Naperville North with all sorts of defenders back, not letting any of the Porters go through. Drendel turns, trying to set it up the field. It'll be a throw-in for Naperville North.
Cozy was hoping to bring that ball down, off her chest, down to the feet. The problem was that she couldn't do it. There were too many defenders around her, 3 of them. They know that when number 11's around, they've got to be there.
Maria Gerleski and Brittany Wise-Yorick coming into the game for Naperville North. We talked about it, Fred. The longer the 0 stays up there, the better off it is for Lockport. They played almost 15 minutes. Naperville North is still yet to score. Naperville North won their opening game of this tournament 10-0 against Romeo. So Naperville North scored more goals in about 15 minutes against Romeoville than Lockport has scored in 3 games in the playoffs.
You talk about keeping the game scoreless. Lockport did that with the Mateo Valley game the other day, and then they scored 84 seconds into the second half for the only goal.
Allie Breen into the game for the Porters. She had the game winner in their victory over Mateo Valley.
She scored their only goal in each of the last 2 games.
Good throwing into the box, into the wind, knocked around, loose, and Wise-Yorick knocked it down. It comes right to Schultz, and Schultz really had nowhere to go with it. It'll be a throw-in for Naperville North. I will say this, right now Lockport is playing under control, and then Naperville North too, Fred. They're not getting frustrated at all. It's got to be tough to play this way, but they're sticking with their plan. They might have a chance to get it to Zoe Swift here. Good job of knocking it down and stopping the rush by Plesha. That looked like it could have been very dangerous. Touch pass, Julie DeVita, midfield. Chase down, got it to Cozy. Lexi Cozy moves to her left. Really just kind of ran out of room. The defense again shuts down that thrust by Lockport. At midfield, Abby Boswell trying to turn and go, kept control. Boswell trying to buy a little more room. Now on her left foot, just knocked it up the field, just a little short pass. Naperville North gets everybody in position. Here comes Emily Bromagin. Bromagin lost control of it. Clarida made the defensive play. Punch through. Naperville North going to try and cross it and get an opportunity here. And that's good defensive play because that very easily could have been a corner, and instead it goes off of Vargas, but it results in a throw-in.
Real nice hustle too on the Naperville North hero, who ran all the way down there and kept the ball in. Gets a throw-in.
Prescott plays it back. That hit the foot of Clarida. And the Huskies a little trouble communicating. They put it on roll, and Jersey scoops it up. And we are still scoreless. 23 minutes left in the opening half. Now last year the Cinderella hat was worn by Naperville North because in the section championship last year they played an undefeated Neuqua Valley team that was not only ranked #1 in the state, but they were ranked #1 in the country. And Naperville North pulled off the biggest surprise of the tournament by winning that game, and then just to prove that it wasn't a fluke, North went out and dominated a very good York team in the section, super sectional, to get to the Final Four. Long kick by Korn, has a big foot, and that's the bounce that Fred was talking about, where it starts riding on the wind a little bit, and then you get a bounce, and then the keeper all of a sudden looks up and says, uh-oh, that might be in. Great play by Jersey just to get a hand on it.
Look at that, it gets the bounce. Snowy Swift couldn't get her head to it, and Jersey was right there, get the hand to tip it over.
Boy,
looked like she did have the hand on it.
Because it looks to me from the replay, Fred, like that thing is in unless it gets touched.
Yeah.
Well, it's a goal kick, and Lockport with a bit of a break. Huskies reorganize, move up the field. Here comes Boswell, trying to cut in on Vargas, got free. Boswell trying to buy some more time, looks, puts it toward the goal. Jersey in the right spot, makes another stop, and all of a sudden Naperville North starting to generate some heat on offense.
It's a really nice ball possession right here. You see Boswell puts it in. Nice stop by Jersey, but Boswell for a freshman shows the experience of much more than just a freshman.
Again, the Naperville North Huskies, they win a 50-50 ball at midfield. Swift got a head on that. Jersey right there to make the save. Good defense by Michelle Schultz, but an even better play by Zoe Swift to get a lot on that one too.
Not only was it a nice header, but look, the positioning of Zoe Swift to get in front of the defender and get her head to it. Real nice, and then Jersey makes the save. 6 saves already for Jersey.
Michelle Schultz thinking, what do I have to do? I had her, and she's still got a lot on that one. Lockport under pressure right now. Naperville North again controlling in midfield. Emily Bromagen sends it ahead. Labanauskas just heads it out over the sideline. Who knows? Maybe this is the key stretch of the game right here because the Huskies are all of a sudden generating chances. Here's Swift. Knocks it down, little roller. Boswell fires over the crossbar. Naperville North, 8 shots on, well, that wasn't a shot on goal, but 7 shots on goal in the game. They've generated 3 good chances here in about the last minute and a half.
Look at Swift, gets past the defender and it leaves it perfectly for Boswell, who puts it up and over. This is so reminiscent of the first half of the game against Matea Valley because Matea Valley had 5 or 6 really nice scoring opportunities and Lockport stopped all of them.
At midfield, knocked around. Julie DeVita has some room to run. Has 4 white shirts in front of her, though. Little roller to Cozy. Can she get through? Cozy looked like it might have hit her hand, got away from her, and rolls over the goal line. Goal kick for Naperville North. But again, the hand down in a natural position. Let's see.
I think it might have bounced off her knee. She was trying to control it here. You see Cozy, a real nice run, gets past the defenders.
That was interesting.
Tough to see.
Yeah, I think you're right, Fred. I think
there was a hand and a knee right there.
Hit her knee and got knocked down. In any event, goal kick for Naperville North, and all of a sudden we have an offensive explosion breaking out, but nobody can get in the net. Swift had it on her foot. Sam Spencer, nice play to knock it away, but couldn't control and keep it in.
You saw the speed that Cozy had. I mean, she just ran onto the ball, got past the 2 defenders, and got in. She just had 1 touch too many.
Steve Gollitz is going to go to his bench, bring in Abby Manchafrida, and he'll also bring in Kristen Dykstetler. Zoe Swift has really been a factor in this game so far. She has been able to get away. When we saw Naperville North play against Naperville Central earlier, Swift couldn't get any room to operate. She's getting room today. DeVita comes back, knocks it down, trying to control. And Zoe Swift tried to knock it down with the flash of the left foot up kind of backwards. Looked cool, but didn't get it.
Returning reporters, number 16.
Courtney Jersey will take her time because she's been busy here the last couple of minutes.
Gina Colasano into the game. She will play in Trinity next year. Everybody's set and ready to go. We're past the midway point of the opening half. Still no score. Winner advances, loser is done.
I see, on a ball like that, Courtney Jersey, she might be worried about the wind and getting the ball up in the air, so she tried to kick it on the line. Unfortunately for her,
well, now
the Naperville North player was right there. And now, since I've talked,
the wind all of a sudden is at her back, so it's swirling around and changing constantly. Up the sideline, ball gets through. Zoe Swift hanging on top of the box, and it's loose. Porter's able to get at least a little something on it. It's hammered out of there by Colasano. Cozy trying to get to it. Instead, it goes right to Zoe Swift. Swift, top of the box. She will fire. Hits the crossbar. Loose ball. And it comes all the way back outside the 18, and the Porter's able to clean it up. Naperville North just continuing to keep Courtney Jersey under pressure. DeVito went down. Gets back up quickly. 12 total shots in the game for Naperville North. Litkus carries, tried to move it in toward the middle of the field. It goes to Julie DeVita. Little punch to the toe. She doesn't look from there. She can get to it. DeVita on her left foot. Had her taken away by Sharples. The ball goes over the sideline, and it will be Lockport's ball. Lockport only 1 shot on goal versus 12 total shots for Naperville North.
Zoe Swift from distance. You see a blast here. Goes off the middle of the crossbar.
Porters just need to give Jersey a little bit of rest, keep it down here for a while.
And there you saw Zoe Swift. I think she needed a little bit of a rest too. But you know what? She's running constantly, and she's going to be there all game long. Lockport's going to keep an eye on her. She's getting free.
Swift, only a junior, has already committed to play her college soccer at the University of Kentucky. Does Ashley Judd go to soccer games?
She should.
I doubt it. Well, she's got a lot of time on her hands now since the show got canceled, so she can talk, take an.
Wasn't the name of her show Missing? Well, now it is.
Yeah, it is. Just goes to show you, when you start spouting your political beliefs, you're going to make half of your potential audience mad. Just keep your mouth shut these days. Huskies trying to win another 50-50 ball, and it comes out and it goes to Gorleski. Gorleski got it top of the box, firing it was Dykstetler, and and that will be a corner kick for Naperville North. Zoe Swift will get a little bit of rest. Climo will take the corner. Second corner kick of the game for North. Lockport does not have any corners in the game. Climo lets it go, and that one a little bit too strong, but everybody had run away, and that's a dangerous ball that Climo's going to have to knock down. And we get a little pushing and shoving. We get offside.
Offside.
It happens a lot of times when you think it's going to get cleared and it doesn't, and all of a sudden your offense is up the field, the defenders have all left. Lockport weathering the storm right now, Fred.
We talked about how important Courtney Jersey's been in this little run that Lockport's made here to the sectional finals. She's been busy here, and then the ball off the crossbar. And like I said, it's amazing because the same thing happened on Wednesday. Mattea Valley hit the crossbar late in the first half.
Naperville North trying to get organized on defense. Loose ball, Alexis Hernandez into the game for the first time. Hernandez has room for a moment, got away, and now Lockport maybe a chance to get something organized. Cozy sends it, that was Schultz sending it forward. And I just continue to marvel at the job that the Naperville North defenders are doing. They're not letting anybody get behind them. Allison Hitchcock out to midfield, first touch by Katie O'Brien. Naperville North trying to get control. Climo stays with it toward the sideline, just hammers it up the field, race for the ball, and Jersey will get there first.
They're concentrating so much on making sure they're back that Lexi Cozy really is the only person that's up top for them. They do have Hernandez right now who's helping out a little bit, but Cozy's doing most of the runs up top anytime the ball gets there.
Megan Lee in a race for the ball with Colasano. Lee played it back and then just hammered forward by Van Campen. 50-50 ball, and it is won by the Huskies. Dykstetter got turned around, keeps control, plays it back. Zaylock has a chance to look, wants to roll it over to Climo. Climo looking to turn and go, but she's pinned up against the sideline. She turns, she goes, she got away. Climo cross in front of the goal. That one hit the side of the net.
Real nice play by Climo.
Yeah.
There's a reason she has 17 assists this year. Look at her get past the defender. Nice move to get past. She knows how much room she had, then sends it across. And that time, it could have been the wind that sent it over, but it was an attempt for a nice cross.
13:42 remaining in the first half. No score in the game. Winner gets to go downstate, so to speak, to play a super sectional game. Boy, you hate getting that draw when you're in the Chicago suburbs and you're the team that's got to go downstate for the super sectional.
You know, it was interesting too. Earlier, you said you went over and talked to some of the people on the Lockport side. You said they weren't nervous. They weren't concerned about this. They feel they belong.
I was talking to the girls before the game, and they're like, "Yeah, this is great. We're having a good time." Climo waiting for a new pelota, and she'll go to the bench. Hunter Drendel back into the game. She's been on the bench for a little bit. Should be rested and ready to go. Played out by the Porters. It has to be tough though, Fred, when you know you don't have a whole lot of margin for error, as Lockport has not had in these playoffs, but yet you get confident because you just keep winning.
Well, you look, and they have an 18-7 record. They've won 7 in a row, so they're 11-7. I mean, nobody probably figured they'd be anywhere near this point. And they've played very well since they moved Courtney Jersey into the goal. Playing very well.
Julie DeVita has some time, couldn't quite get to it. And peeling back and going to pick it up as Litkus, and then Drennel came up with it. Boswell trying to turn, got onto her left foot. Boswell working her way across the field. Boswell buying some space by going backwards and really just kind of shoved off the ball by Litkus. Good defensive play by Litkus. Here comes DeVita. Tries to send it through up the line, and that goes off the foot of Van Campen. It will be a throw-in for Lockport.
So we have Boswell going over the net. We have Zoe Smith, Swift, who actually hit the crossbar.
Sam Spencer back in for Lockport. Zoe Swift back in for Naperville North. Spencer trying to turn, had to play it back. Schultz wants to get it to DeVita. Draws the double team. DeVita into the middle of the field. Here comes a shot, and for the first time in the game, Allison Hitchcock has to stop a shot on goal. She handled that one cleanly.
nice opportunity, gets through a couple of defenders.
At midfield, nobody around Krista Zaylock, so she won it. And then Zaylock has a